3 hearts. Oh, man. That means indicating interest. You're interested, Rolanda. If you were here, I'd make you one of my women. Because you're smart. You're worth it. You're worth it. 3 hearts. Oh, man. That means indicating interest. That's how my video starts on fucking YouTube. Stupid. Okay. So let me put the link here. http://www.zoom.us/j/7749820. Boom. Zoom link to come live. Recently, people have told me that they're subscribed to my YouTube, so I wonder if I know the audience member. They should comment so I know who they are, or just come to Zoom. I am not a harem woman. Harem woman. You could be one of my 3rd wives. They said that people in China, kings, emperors like me, they had 1st order, 2nd order, 3rd order wives, and then concubines. You're not a concubine. You're like a 2nd or 3rd order wife. Adrian, IMC, Beast, what's up? Come to Zoom. Is that a neg? I don't know. Anne is smiling privately. Oh no, ha 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 ha. You wouldn't want to be a 2nd wife to a king of a grand empire. That's stupid. You're going to be single or married to some commoner, some slave with a slave mind, slave beliefs, slave imagination, barely scraping by with his little mindset to pass up because why? Because why? Your reasons wouldn't make sense. This guy has to be quality enough. Now that makes sense if there's no guys quality enough. That hella makes sense. That's why I'm here and I'm broadcasting. Because ladies got to know it, right? Adrian Garcia knows you got to broadcast. Just like a bird in the jungle. So you can hear me. Here I am. Here I am. It's pretty much the same thing. Except my caca has a lot of wisdom in it. And experience and intelligence. And so that's the rational reason to be here. I am an empress. Okay, so... Okay, good luck. I'm not going to debate. I think most empresses got overthrown by emperors. Or even just any warrior that wants to take it over. So that's not going to go that well. Unless it's little and nobody wants it. And then you can be humble. And I wouldn't blame you. At all. I think it's a good idea. Skateboard roller Christ. Brother, I know we've been messaging, but remind me where have we met? How do we know each other? Just taught my apprentices for 2 hours. It went very well. I'm a solar being. I don't know what that means. If you can help tell me what that means. Here. I don't know what solar being. What's a solar being? I heard someone say the other day I'm an earth child. And I thought, me too. What other options are there? We never met before. Okay. Right on. Okay, so we'll start in a second. Yoga. Where should I start with it? And what should I practice? So from where are you, Skater Roller Derby Christ? Earth is solar, so same name. No, they're not the same name because Earth is Earth and solar means sun. It's a word for sun. So soul. Soul is word for sun. Earth is not. So it's, I don't get it. A soul. You're saying you're an Earth child. Is that what you mean to say? A solar being. You're a being of this solar system, or you're an Earth, a being. That's what you're saying. You're saying you're a being of this solar system. Yes, me too. That doesn't give me much information. Everything is light. That's not true. That's not true at all. Where are you getting your education? Just because it gives off magnetic radiation doesn't mean it's made of light. Matter is not light. Neutrons and protons and electrons smashed together, condensed. You could say it's condensed light, maybe, but you can't prove that because that's not what nobody says. But everything gives off light, yeah. That makes sense. That's true. Everything gives off light. Got it? There, you're getting free education here. You should come to the Silent Flute. It was easy. Keep it going. Keep coming with the comments. My corrections are educational, everybody. I'm just fucking with you guys. Okay, people still attending. I'm going to move it along here to Axel Thestleff. Bad karma. Matter is vibrating rhythmic matter. That's circular. But matter is vibrating. Are you where on earth are you? Your grammar. Matter is vibrating rhythmic. Yeah, alchemy, you need to come to the Silent Flute, I tell you. Tell you what. Let us enjoy this chanting while the last recording finishes. That way my computer doesn't overheat. And come to Zoom, Skateboard Roller Christ. Light, sorry, new phone. Matter is vibrating rhythmic light. No, that's not what it is. I don't know who's telling you that, or where you're getting that, or how you're using that. I do need to sign up, LOL. Yeah. I don't know where you're getting that. Who are you? What's your name? We haven't met? I'm sure we've talked before. Okay, Sunday at 5. Usually like a bunch of people show up, so this is fine. We got like 5 people. We'll just let this go for a second. She just kept teaching my apprentices. Shit, they were having questions. My mommy named me Leo. I remember. We were just talking. I remember. You commented on AZD's post. And I take it as the people on YouTube, you're shy, don't want to be known. Otherwise, you should definitely like, share. I should share it, actually. I forgot to share it. So like rear and shit. I don't know what that means. Like rear and shit? Okay. Posted it up. Wow. Dude, are you a dude? I'm not gay. What's up, Chelsers? Have we met? Dude, yeah. All right. Yeah, RAR. Don't say that to guys. Unless you want them to think that you're flirting with them. RAR. I'm happy, LMAO. I'm zeal as fuck. Zeal? Zeal. I'm going to look it up. I don't know if you use that right. Zeal. Ooh, zeal definition. Passionate, ardor, enthusiastic devotion to a cause. You're devoted and enthusiastic as fuck. Right on. Oh man, this song is taking too long. I'm going to save it for after the show. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, record to this computer. Welcome to the Science of Peace podcast. I'm Yogi Chris, PhD, and I'm talking about where to start with yoga. Where do you begin? Now, I can give a little bit of experience of what I've practiced, about a decade, where I've been to a lot of studios. I've called a lot of studios. I called 1,500 to 2,000 different venues that if you go to Google and type in yoga studio in whatever city, you could pick little cities, little tiny villages. They have something there that has yoga in their description that it'll show up. Pilates studios, spas, CrossFit gyms, all kinds of gyms actually, So what they'll say is like there's 15,000 yoga studios in the United States. That's not really true because CrossFit gyms are listing yoga. It's not a yoga studio. So you get a lot of results, but the bottom half drop off. They're not qualified. Then there are some dedicated yoga studios that, have like 2 or 3 or 4 classes. I didn't really call them. Once my standards rose, I would start off with like 4, then 8. Then it got to be where it had to have at least like 35 classes a week on their roster for me to call them. But I called a lot of the 20 and up classes. It depended really what they had on their schedule. So I got really familiar with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands really, of yoga studios because the ones I called were qualified. So that means the ones that were looked at were many, many more than what I called to determine if they should even go in the spreadsheet, collect their emails and everything. So I would look at what classes they offer. I would look at, the descriptions, the teachers, their educations. I got familiar with a lot of what is in the United States and available. And of course I had my own experience of where I had been, what I'd done. For example, where I was getting my PhD at the University of Florida was 15 minutes from the Temple of the Universe, from the very famous Michael Singer, the guy who wrote the Untethered Soul and Surrender Experiment, was 15 minutes from. So that's a guru master. That's not going to be really typically in yoga studio kind of thing. I went to India and found some training. Like there's things that I've done that aren't yoga studio. They're just not available. There's also things like circus and gymnastics and tumbling and dance studios and things that would offer yoga, even like acrobatic yoga. So when I offered that, I taught like 20 or 30 workshops, meaning like a special event, you pay more than a class, you promote it, you have flyers, it's bigger. It's a special event that doesn't come around often. I mean, I taught acro class, but then when I started traveling, I would offer my acro because I had 3 acro trainings. So I was good. Also, I was athletic. And they were always very successful. It was just damaging to the body and I didn't have a flyer. So it was a lot of effort, more than it needed to be. Okay, so while I adjust this. So I can give you my experience of the yoga studios I'd been to in those classes and what I have seen out there and available. Things like infrared versus hot yoga. Things like hot yoga versus Bikram yoga. Bikram versus short Bikram. That's half Bikram, or any kind of Bikram fusion, people sometimes call it. Yin Bikram or hot yin. Yin yoga, what's that? How is that different from restorative yoga? Yin to restore, what does that mean? They sometimes would do power and yin together. So what's power yoga? Well, that's related to a vinyasa yoga. That's a Sanskrit word, vinyasa. I did a lot of vinyasa, and mainly because I did Ashtanga yoga. That's Ashtanga Vinyasa Krama is another, there's all Sanskrit words. But Ashtanga is vinyasa. It's just very regimented and there's a deep lineage with it. So vinyasa has a deep lineage too, but Ashtanga, they go really wholeheartedly about it. And then there'll be other kinds of yoga, Satchidananda and all these, there's different kinds of yin yoga that come from different lineages and martial arts and whatever. There's, there's so many, and that's just westernized. You go to India and every street corner has a yoga guru. That there's a lineage, and there's commonality, similar movements that you'll do. The physiology of the human body is pretty much the same everywhere. So when you get that science underneath it, the Western science, there's an Eastern science too, but it's just less rigorous, meaning poorly defined words or, trial and error. There's a lot of bias. There's a lot of holistic understanding there too. So that's beautiful. I don't really study it because I think what's more senior to all of that is your mindset. And if ever I needed to go and do that, then I would, but my mindset's strong and nothing really happens bad. I mean, bad things happen. I just don't feel bad about them. I don't dramatize them as much. People make themselves sick. People get sick or have imbalances because they're dramatizing their life to themselves. And they don't understand what bent they've gone on. They've bent their personality that's perpetuating a physical experience. And they're so identified with their bent, they're attached to it. They don't know. You need to get out of it. So whatever helps them, I'm down for it. So yoga, even that's like Ayurveda would be in yoga studios, different offerings. Kundalini yoga, different lineage. Karma yoga, means different things to different people. Some people called karma yoga like donation yoga, but karma yoga is a kind of yoga. There's laughing yoga. There's all sorts of things. I've seen hugging yoga, partner yoga. Shit, I should really open up the list. There's all kinds of lineages, Iyengar yoga, different brandings that, Yoga One and yoga, and all of these different chains. There's chains of yoga, I forget them all. I haven't looked at the spreadsheet really in a long time because some of them are there's only a few of them and they're out there. But what are they offering? Is postures, maybe some breathing. They emphasize the breathing in different ways. They may offer more or less meditation. Maybe they do. It might be in a hot environment or not. I'm definitely a fan of explore what's available. When it comes to me, I was athletic and very, wrestling, whatever those qualities bring out. Like you could call it discipline, but it was very like I would practice, shadow wrestling. I did a lot of training outside of the wrestling room, like running and biking and lifting on my own. So I was used to like pushing myself. And then in wrestling, it's a one-on-one competition. So naturally, when you're getting beat up out on the mat, it's like you learn to just like rely on yourself. You have to, because it hurts and you're going to get whooped. And so a home practice was always very appealing to me, to practice at home. Now, there are different, I think pretty much anything you could learn at a studio or a shala or a temple could be practiced at home. It's just a matter of the confidence, self-confidence to practice it, and the willingness to do it, because you're not going to be good at it in the beginning. It's going to be a struggle. You're not going to understand why does it make you nauseous, why you're tenser in different ways. Sometimes it hurts. In the process, you may even hurt yourself not realizing because you're enjoying the stretch too much and you're going too deep and you don't realize what you're doing. And, you may burn out on it. You don't have the awareness yet of like what to do with the resistance in you to the activity. Do you push? Do you relax? Do you surrender? Do you leave, change the subject? Like, so you learn those things with like a discipline like yoga. So where to start with it? Start with whatever appeals to you. Probably, if you're listening to me, it's going to be stretching and breathing. Where do you start with the stretching? Well, if you're somewhere that the world is open, I recommend go to a studio. Check it out. Get familiar with that culture. If you want to learn videos, then YouTube. Where do you start on YouTube with videos? I got videos, but I also have a way of doing yoga. So if you're listening to me and you want to do something else, Bikram is what Arash does. And that's my teacher. And, but he's my teacher in life, not just yoga. So I do different yoga. I've done a lot of Bikram and I think it's great. As far as a home practice, I've done Bikram at home by myself before because I memorized the sequence. And the effects, they're different because they don't put any weight in the hands. And so I noticed it stretches the fascia from the feet up. There's advanced poses in Bikram, but I haven't memorized those. There's a lot of them. And the classes, the emphasis on the breath is so little that there's a much more potent experience I've discovered in vinyasa. And the hot yoga just loosens me up more, but the poses, they're too easy, even though they require depth. So the heat loosens you up. But the practice is not athletic enough for me. And vinyasa, I don't do much. I do vinyasa, just not like how people do vinyasa. So vinyasa is a very powerful movement sequence. I just recommend slowing it down. So if you can find gentle vinyasa or easy vinyasa or introduction to vinyasa and get familiar with those moves, there's some core moves that a lot of the people will do. And then depending on how good the people are, you'll find varieties of movements, and you just get familiar with moving your body that way. My videos will do that too. And I got a lot of different levels on my YouTube. So I would start there with the vinyasa. Ashtanga, is very deep. I recommend that. Again, how would I make this most helpful for you? Now that you get that, I know what I'm talking about, but, I think, for example, you're going to have different tensions in your body. And it's important to stretch out your body and learn to relax your body. It improves your circulation, which will improve your state of mind. It's amazing how much of your mind depends on like your circulation to be good. It will give you more, it'll put you more in tune with your emotions and your body. And you may not understand what it is you're experiencing with your emotions in your body because you need really mental awareness to bring that out in you. But you will start to discern experiences in you as you repeat the movements and repeat the practice. And, what you want is just to slowly move into it, move into your yoga practice. So find the videos that you resonate with, start easy so you can grow from there, get more difficult from there. And you'll find some things that you like. Then you could bring me more elaborate questions of this or that. It will come down to maybe certain moves are outside of your range right now, and you need tutorials on those moves. When you learn guided yoga, when you look up like vinyasa or some flow or Bikram yoga online or something like this, look for introduction to Bikram yoga, this or that, a guided video of introduction. So they cut out some postures, or they give you easier variations for postures because it should be enjoyable. And I know that as you get into yoga and deeper, it just keeps happening. You'll push yourself beyond your limit because you're enthusiastic and you desire to get what they're displaying or telling you to do. And you need to develop in you, if you want to rescue yourself from future injuries or problems or just getting burnt out. You get burnt out on the yoga because you're trying too hard. It's supposed to be rejuvenating. When you see me do a handstand, I got the energy to do that handstand. A lot of times I don't, so I don't do it then. I'm not always doing handstands. So the whole yoga practice is not a handstand. So you learn to not push too hard, to find how can I ease into this most easily. When I start my yoga practice, I'm usually laying on my back, legs flat, or I'm on my hands and knees in like a tabletop or seated on my heels even. I might even be seated on my heels. And that's how I start a lot of times. Sometimes I'll start standing and just moving my arms or little loosening exercises. I start wherever I can start and I go from there. But that's because I've memorized so many movement patterns and I've studied the anatomy that I can kind of flow in a way that I know is going to still be balanced. And I am balanced sometimes, but I'm exploring that. I always have sequences to go back to that I've memorized because you want to get away from the video. So the problem is that you'll always be watching videos until you trust in yourself to do it. And then you're not going to have my awareness because I have practiced systemized yoga, repeated sequences over and over. You learn, and then you can learn from masters that have mastered that sequence. And you learn all about body imbalances and whatever. So as you're picking up yoga, if you're just going all over the place, you'll pick up a lot of moves, and that's good. But then when it comes time to practice on your own, you'll freestyle moves. And when you do that, you're pretty prone to imbalancing your body. Hence, I have a yoga retreat coming up April 10th weekend. It's April 9, 10, 11. Anne is already coming. Katarina is already coming. So there's 8 more spots available. And to learn how to practice at home and how to heal yourself, prevent injuries, and progress in your practice. That's basically the tagline because that's what it is. That's what I do. It's home practice. I like teaching one-on-one, or if I'm going to teach a group, I like teaching a group how to practice on their own. So that's what that is. So I think it's pretty clear. I think I gave clear advice. Is there any questions on that? Exactly what I've said? Anything come up for people that are here live? If you're on YouTube, you can comment too. Going once, going twice. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And we'll stick around. I'll play a song and we'll come back for just some dialogue, conversation. If you're catching this on YouTube, subscribe. Go to ninthlim.com, get on Silent Flute if you really want to take it to the next level. There's levels to this. And that's at ninthlim.com with the number 9. Namaste. All right. You guys can go if you want. I'll play a song. If nobody's here when I get back, then that's what happens. But I'm going to play the rest of this song and stand up for a second. I said I was going to stand up. I didn't. Q&A. Green. We'll go green for Q&A. Go ahead and click that like if you're on the YouTube and comment. Show your love. All right. You guys got anything here that are on Zoom? Stuck around for a reason, right? Do I not hear you, or are you not speaking? Looks like you're trying to speak.
Oh, hey, Chris, what's up?
Hi.
Yeah, I do have a question. What year did you start, like everything, like yoga? Like, when was the first year?
2011 is when I got dedicated.
2011?
Yeah, when I got dedicated.
Wow. So yeah, that's 10 years.
Yes, sir.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What would you say in the entire time you've been with the IMC Nation, would you say has been like the most exciting, or yeah, that's the word.
What has been the most exciting?
Like if you had the most exciting year. I forgot to add that.
Most exciting year?
Yeah,
Well, probably this last year.
yeah.
I don't know. They're all pretty exciting. The first year was pretty intense, a lot of transformation.
Mm-hmm.
Second year was also very intense. There was a lot of like, when am I going to finish my PhD? And, really just, it was becoming so essential in my life that there was no avoiding what I was doing with IMC.
Hmm.
And then the next year I was in India, and then I came back and I started my yoga travel business and my silent flute. I started that year. So that was a lot of growth with Arash at a different level, really. And I was branding myself as who I was, my identity in the community. And man, I don't have too many memories. I was building a really, really dope relationship with Angelica. And what trainings happened that? Oh, that was like when Red Lotus happened. Uh, Inception, I think happened. No. Red Lotus. There was something else. And then the next year was Tabiat happened. That would be 2019. And so that whole year was very exciting. And then this year has been the base. So yeah, every year has been pretty exciting. That third year, I need to look up. So that was 2015, 2016, 2017 was India. 2018, what happened in 2018? I was touring the country. Don't know. I don't know. 2018 must have been the least exciting year. Man, I feel like I'm missing something big that happened that year.
Hmm.
Hmm.
2018.
Indeed. Well, that's when I met Johnny, I think.
No, I think. Wait, let me think.
It was or 2017 maybe.
Yeah, we met 2017. Actually, yeah.
So I don't know. 2018.
Yeah. 2018 was an odd year for me. Definitely. It was like one of my best years and then one of my worst years.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what. Well, basically what happened was I was making really good money for the first few months, and um, then I didn't make any more money really, and I became broke, and I lost out on diamond mining. And I feel like it kind of spiraled out that year, and I feel like 2020 was like getting out of that like uh yeah, it was like 2018, end of 2018. I like dove into this like weird energy field, felt like for me. And 2020 with the whole beast process, it like opened up. So now just like it's like very different. Would you say this group that with IMC Nation is like the most solid so far? Because I know there's been like other like groups of people that have like come and gone in a way, you know?
Yeah, and I'm looking at 2018, my calendar. 2018 was a very exciting year, actually. That's when mentorship started. Oh yeah. Oh man, that was my most exciting yoga year, traveling. Oh man. Fuck, that's good. 20 what or the IMC group you mean from the last camp?
No, I mean like so I would say, and this is the feeling I'm getting. Of course, maybe I'm a little bit biased here, but I feel like there's a certain core group right now that we have with the people that are very dedicated. It seems, and very um it doesn't feel like so. Well, I've been to a Arash event like years ago with Vince Kelvin, but the group of people that were there, like compared to the group of people that now are going to like beast camps, it's just way different.
Of course.
Even at the Airbnb, I mean, the type of conversations we were having was just fucking out of the world. It was awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, of course it keeps getting better. I keep pouring my energy into it and cleaning it and creating it, and AZD keeps upgrading, improving, and leading the pack, leading everybody. So, of course, it should get better. Shouldn't get worse. It's just a constant. Just imagine what it was even further back. Like it actually doesn't get better. We just make a big deal out of those names.
Okay, cool.
Right?
Yeah,
You like that?
Yeah. That was just a something that's been like kind of going through my head for the last few weeks. Because I really like what's going on right now. It just feels like there's like a real tribe going on, you know?
Totally. Especially after tribal council. It was different.
And now we have 2 bases. And I'm pretty sure I have a very strong intuition about this phase 2 beast camp. And I feel like this us doing this chapter here in New Mexico is going to trigger a few other ones to pop up.
Yeah, they should. I talked to
really
them all about it. You did say again? What did you say?
I'm getting a strong sense that there's going to be more urgency now for others to be like, yo, shit, I want to do that too. You know?
Totally. You know, that's maybe what it took. I kept telling everybody, but nobody was doing it. LA is the easiest place to do it. And then, you know, it just depends on how mobile people want to be. Probably Florida's the next best. Phoenix, maybe. It just depends on if people want to move. It could be anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
LA can do it just by itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, we are me, Adrian, me, TL, DC, and Shamir. We have like a Zoom call every week once, and it's basically just about base 2. So right now we technically have base 2 already, but we're also working together to bring other people on, so we can get Phoenix started. So you know, and just
so you can get what started.
One, you know.
So you can get what started.
So the base in Phoenix also gets started. You know, so we're
Phoenix base in Phoenix
working together to like move this forward, push it forward.
Totally, because all 5 of you are you all going to live in the same place together?
Well, for now, I think New Mexico is that's where I'm going to be at least for now. I'm not exactly sure of who's going to live where, but yeah, the
So
main
right now,
objective. It's just
right now it's 3 of you there, right?
Yeah, Shamir's probably going to join soon.
So 4 of you there. Are you all coming to camp this month?
Yeah.
And you're coming live? Are you going to fly or drive?
The tendency is flying right now, but we haven't decided that yet.
Uh-huh. And well, very cool. Well, when you arrive here, then you can now get training on how to have a beast base.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real exciting.
You know, it was interesting at the Airbnb. The first night, it was like I'm glad we booked it from Friday to Monday instead of from Friday to Sunday, because it would have totally killed that final day conversation that also happened. So the first day, you could kind of tell people are, you know, I mean, for example, Jose was there, and most of us, you know, we know each other, but the flow of the conversation came on the second day, really, and because that's when people started opening up, you know, because everybody had that feeling, you know, you don't want to fuck up or whatever. Yeah. And so that kind of stagnated the conversations a little bit. Once we opened that vortex and like Arash says, like take the fear and like, you know, take it close by and then add courage to it. It was kind of like that. So like, it was fucking awesome on Saturday. The conversations that we were having, we just kept talking and talking. It was almost to the point where we were like, okay, it's starting to get late, you know?
Yeah.
It was just like a really good flow, and then the next day was a nice add-on, and we kind of went over, the tribal council and all that stuff.
Well, that I noticed it really awakened a lot in a lot of people, especially in the familiarity and how we were all communicating even with each other here at the base. So I noticed that, and that's amazing, and that you guys had that conversation with amongst yourselves, and more will happen, more to come.
Yeah. I plan on like for sure like increasing my output in my contribution with the IMC Nation, because so I've been wanting to start this podcast, and it's just one of those things where like I want to do it perfectly. So, but I just gotta get the flyer done, or the just like a logo or something. Like
maybe
it's gonna be like
maybe a logo. I need to do a logo too. So I was talking with the apprentices about making an app for all of our streaming, so that people can just see the calendar of when streamings are happening, and they can register for one so they get notified when it goes live. It goes into their calendar. And then as far as posting it to like a podcast channel, there might be, let's say, if you get a certain kind of viewership, a certain number, a certain audience, that it could automatically be done for you. Maybe that's part of your fees to have the app. You could be like a content producer on the app, where you just get your own Zoom link. You schedule a time, you show up, whoever shows up, you have a show basically. So how do you have a show on the app? Or you can just be a user. Maybe it's a $1.99 one-time fee or something. And you get access to all the free streamings. For premium version, you can get higher level streamings.
Mm-hmm.
So I think an app is the way to go with that.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. So kind of IMC TV type in that direction.
Yeah, that's what I was working on. Well, that's what the idea I was working with when I was talking with them. And, that's what came out of me as I was describing it. I just made it up as I was describing it.
That gives me an idea, Chris. You know how on Instagram you can follow a hashtag? What if we just, I'm sure someone's already started the tag, but IMCTV hashtag, right? And then everybody just follows it. And, like, for example, I follow the hashtag freedom, right? And I always get like post recommendations from that one. So I feel like that would be really cool to have. Maybe we can like integrate that, and then, that brings in traffic from Instagram, and then if we have like a post that's IMCTV, hashtag IMCTV, we can also like put the app in there,
Well,
somehow, like maybe in the.
So you're saying start the hashtag before we have a platform or an app?
Yeah, we could do it before or after. Yeah. I think we just started right away, probably. I don't know what Ross thinks of that. At the end of the day, I feel like that would be like, that would be up to him really if he doesn't want it, but I'm sure he'd like that, I think.
Yeah. Well, I'll bring it up to him because I just created this idea about the app instead of the .tv. And so I'll definitely bring that up next time I see him, and, see what his take is on that. He said some things to me before about apps, but I don't know how related that is to what I just created about it. Because I think it's more feasible and more usable, more practical than a website.
Yeah. Especially because most people, they have phones, and who really goes on a browser to check a like a platform? I think that's pretty rare. Most, at least from my view, I think most people prefer having like an app. So if they have, like, for example, if I'm going to download the Wim Hof app, I'm for sure going to I'm more likely to go onto the Wim Hof platform than onto his website.
That's true. Right. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to bring that up to him. And whoa, a lot of messages on Telegram. Okay. So, all right. Well, there's work to be done. Long list of tasks to be done. I really appreciate the conversation and you guys showing up. And I'll talk with you soon, I'm sure.
All right.
Adrian, are you still trying to apprentice or no? I can't tell because
Yeah.
I keep messaging the group, but you keep not showing up.
Oh, the group. Wait, where? I was actually texting you about that. I have the names of the people that you would want to look up, that you would want to interview.
We just had our apprentice meeting. I got to do that when I do it for everybody because it's too time consuming to do it one-on-one.
Okay, so where do I get the link for that? The Zoom
It's
meeting?
in the group. I think I added you to the group on Facebook Messenger.
Okay, so I should look there.
I think so. Make sure you're in the group. If you're not, send me a message.
Okay, I'll make sure.
All right, brother. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Chris.